Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Southern Yankee Beauty. I am so excited. I love Natasha Denona. I usually get the majority of her palettes, and this one's no different. It was leaked and it came out, I forgot where, Australia maybe? I forgot where, but anyway, it was leaked, it came out, and then the very next day there was like a pre-order for it on her site. I don't know the whole story. It seems like her stuff gets leaked a lot, but where it was launched, it was the fall time there, right? So, but here we're just like spring, beginning to get into summer. And so the color story is a little different. I wouldn't say that when I look at this palette, I look at it and say, oh, that's a summer palette. I do think this is more of a fall palette. And I am talking about the brand new Natasha Denona Yucca palette. Now we have yuccas here. It is like a plant, if I could put a picture of, it's like a cactusy type plant, and it gets like cream blooms on it. Like, it doesn't bloom every year. It blooms like once every couple of years or something. So people are calling it the Yucca palette. It is actually pronounced Yucca if it is spelled this way. But I did want to get into this and do some swatches and tell you a little bit about it and go over like what my feelings are after I get to use it. So this is just going to be a first impression video. We are going to do swatches. This does retail for $69. It is available on Natasha Denona's site. It is also available on the Sephora site, and I think I saw, okay, it has a 24-month, what am I trying to say? It's good for 24 months before it expires. I don't know, my brain, I'm having a brain issue. All right, and then we have 5, 10, 15 different shades here. It is made in Italy. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce a lot of these names, which is fine. It does say for matte to apply with a fluffy eyeshadow brush to blend, or detail brushes for precision, and then the metallic or sparkling and duochrome and chroma crystal shades, it says apply with a dense eyeshadow brush for a subtle finish, or for high payoff of a foiled finish, apply with a damp eyeshadow brush or with the tip of your finger. So I have my base on. I actually don't have any blush or highlight or anything yet because I really just wanted to focus on this. I'm not going to be able to use 15 shades in one look. And I do have somewhere to go shortly, so I'm not going to go out wearing 2 different looks, but we'll get one good look going and we'll focus on some of the fun colors here. But this is what the palette looks like. So you can see it's kind of got like this brown to sort of like a yellowy mustard to like a lime green to a deep green, and that is very much in line with what you're going to see when we open this up. So here is your Yucca palette, and here are your shades. So I'm going to swatch them and then I'll insert in the corner or something, whether it is a creamy matte, a cream to powder, a foil metallic, or a chroma crystal shade, or whatever she's got in this palette, because I don't even know. But just to give you a little bit of an up close, here we are. Now I'm going to turn the lights low so you can see. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Let's see if I can turn it off. Okay, so that is with no lights because I just really wanted you to see the color. It looks like this one has a little chip in it, so I have to be careful. Also, with all of her palettes, you can pop these out. There are little holes here, so you can pop them out. You can rearrange them in here if you want them set up differently, or you can pop them into your own palette and kind of create your own thing if you didn't need this palette. But I do tend to try to keep these in here. I will say my cats have knocked over my Natasha Denona palettes before, and they do pop out. And then, so I know, like, I think my Love palette, sorry, my mouth is dry. I think my Love palette is all messed up. And really all I need to do is go back to their website and like, then I can put them and look at it and put them in the right one. I've just been lazy. So let's see if I can get the things back on where we had them. There we go. That's the kind of light I want. Okay. We're going to try to swatch. I am not a good swatcher. So we are going to go from here to here. So we're going to start here with Plantasia. Then we have Calathea. Then we have Coroambe. Komorebi. Get that shit right. And then Acacia. So here it is on my fingers to get us started. Ooh, those look fun. Those 4 colors right there are beautiful. All right, so I'm going to, let me take this bracelet off. I am going to just try to do these swatches for you. So here we go. So this first one looks like a foiled like duochrome shade. This one is called Plantasia. There we go. This one is Calathea. This next one is the one I couldn't pronounce, Komorebi. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh, those 2. Ooh, so pretty for a monochromatic look. And then Acacia is this next one, which is a matte shade. There. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. So here they are on the fingertips. This is Camu Camu. That might be a cream to powder from what it feels like. And this one is Tipu or Tipu, I don't know. And it's on my bone, so, but beautiful. All right, this next one is Elysian. This looks gorgeous too. Like a pewtery, foiled, neutral amazingness. I really like this shade actually. I haven't really seen anybody use it yet. Everybody's going for these shades, and I am going to use that. I don't know if I'll use it today, but I am going to do probably 3 looks, 1 palette with this, because I just want to see what kind of looks we could get. I saw somebody do 1 on each eye, and they ended up totally using different shades, and they came out the same. The looks came out almost like they were the same look. It was weird. And then this one is Valley. This is a really nice sort of grungy, like caramely brown shade. So here's the next one. So this one is Citrine. Oh, that's bright, huh? It's like it's almost like it's like a grungy neon. I don't know how to explain that color. It's like a greeny yellow. Next we have Ray. This is one of the metallics, I think. Really pretty. Sparks of lime in there, it looks like, but very beautiful. Then we have like a brownie shade called Flax. That one's not swatching great. Let's see. But I don't judge it based on what they swatch like, because we know her shadows always perform. Then we have one that kind of is a little bit more in the fuchsia. It's a little bit more, to me, like an orangey, like a mix between a yellow and an orange kind of here. And this is fuchsia. Ooh, that's beautiful and vibrant. Really, really nice. All right. So we have 3 more to go. So Maquia, Ixia, and Willow. Here we go. So this one, so this is the other dark green, and then this green. This green has a little bit more of an aqua to me in it. So anyway, all right, so let's do this pretty gold Maquia. Ooh, that's definitely got duochrome in it, for sure. Then we have Ixia, I-X-I-A. I don't know if I'm saying it right, so I do apologize. That is really pretty, but it's similar to this, just a little bit lighter. And then we have that beautiful kind of more of the, it's got more of that like aqua-y color in it, and this is Willow. Okay, that did not swatch well, but let's just see if we could get it to be, all right, so this might be one you got to pack on. We'll see how it works. I do want to swatch this one again just to see how dark it is. This also, I believe, is one of the cream to powders, the Calathea color. So let me just darken this one up. Yeah, so it doesn't actually darken. It's a muted green, but there are your swatches. So let me just come in. I just think this is pretty. Look how much silver reflect is in that. I do want to go over this one again. So that one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Ray that I want to go over again. And just make sure we're getting a good old swatcheroo, so you can really get a good see of that. And I'm going to go over this one too, which is Maquia. And we're going to get that really good here for you. Oh, that shade's beautiful. That shade's almost got, so you see these lime green goldies, but then when you turn it, it's almost got a blue or a green, like a dark green flip to it, almost like this shade is underneath and then you've got this golden shade on top. It's like, it feels like a mix of like almost these two or something, or this one, I don't know. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful shadows. So that is what we have for our swatches, and I'm really excited to get into the first look. So I'm gonna go clean up my arm. We'll be right back, and let's get putting these on our eyes. Okay guys, so I think what I want to do is I want to use that Maquia shade because that's a unique shade for me right here. So it's got that flip of that green, but underneath it had sort of like a blue. So I'm going to use these 3 shades here for sure. May darken it a little bit, may use another shimmer, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Ixia, I don't know. It's a pretty shade. It almost has a little bit of tones of peach in it. I am going to bring you quite in. I'm going to zoom you into all my wrinkles, friends. I do already have the eyes primed, but let's come way in so you can really see what we're doing here. And I do have, you know, mature eyes. So this is not going to be looking like a 20-year-old's eye, because I don't have 20-year-old eyes. I have almost 50-year-old eyes. All right, so actually I do want to just pounce this over really quickly and actually go like this because it's a little wet. Sometimes if your primer is a little too sticky, you could have a problem with shadows sticking where you don't want them to, especially the darker shades. So let's just, and I need tweezers, I can't find them, so we just have to ignore. All right, so let's just go ahead. Let's start by patting this in the corner. Oh, I mean, that's gorgeous. Just that alone. You don't really have to, like, if you're not good at shadows, I feel like Natasha's shadows are so easy to use because they sort of just blend themselves. You see, I didn't do any rubbing there at all, any blending. I'm getting ready to, but I just tapped it in and it worked beautifully. So let's bring this in through the crease. This actually packs a little bit of a punch as far as the color tone. It's not really light in shade, and it does look like you can build up. That's another thing I really, really like about Natasha shadows is they're buildable. So if you're a little bit scared, just go in with a very light hand. Also, the fact that they are buildable means you can get so many more looks because you can change the shade by just doing a light version of it and going in with such a light hand. You end up getting a totally different look. And then if you need more pigment, or if your skin is not so fair and you're darker skin and you just want to build it so that it shows up on your skin tone, you can do that with her shadows, guys, which is nice. I do think, just looking at the palette, that this is going to work really well for somebody who has darker skin tones. I think they're going to like this palette. All right, so next up, my friends, we're going to go into Willow, that really beautiful kind of aqua green, and I do want to put that in the outer corner here and just see how it blends with this brown shade, and if it changes it at all, changes the color up, how easy it blends. This brush I'm using is SL Miss Glam, I think. It's a little bit more of a denser brush. It's not a super fluffy, and she does recommend for her mattes using a fluffier brush. So we're just gonna put that there. I'm gonna pull this shade up just a little up on the brow bone. Just a little. Let's see if we can deepen this up a little bit. This one you can deepen, but you almost have to deepen it by, like what I just did, like patting it. So I'm going to take the brush we used first, I don't have any additional product, and just go back over the top and get those edges that are a little rough. I'm going to put a little bit more of Ixia up at the top here, just to really bring that in. Yeah. All right. It's intimidating doing these right up so close to you guys like this. So, all right, back in with Willow. And this is just a pat here, just patting it. Back in the crease a little bit. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's very pretty. Now I am going to go in and use the Maquia shade. This one I want all over my lid. I just want to bathe in this shade. This looks so pretty. This one right here. I think this is one of the most beautiful shades. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but this one I like. I liked that this had a different, like, almost has like a gray base to it, or a gray blue base. All right, I'm using this little sponge-like applicator, and I am seeing that it is a little bit flaky, so be careful with that. It's a softer shadow. Ah, though the beauty, the beauty. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm not going all the way because I don't want to like get rid of that Pretty Willow shade that we have there, but wow. Oh, that's so, so pretty. Oh, I love, love, love. Okay. Now I'm going to take the tip of this and I'm going to go with Korebi or whatever, that one I can't pronounce, that little gold shade. And I'm just going to take the tip of this, just on the tip like this, and I'm going to pull it up. Again, very, very, the shadow is very like soft. Wow, this one is like, that one has like a super high sparkle. Funny though, on the eye, not really seeing, this one definitely is more green here and this is more gold, but together they look quite similar, don't they? They don't really have much difference. Except I would say that this shade has more sparkle, like more like little, it just looks like little diamonds on your eye. That definitely has that. Pulling that up over the crease, and then we'll take it and we'll just go pat, pat, pat. So definitely you can see a little bit more shine with this shade than the green. So turning this brush over, I'm going back into Maquia and just putting it right up next to it again. Oh, wow. So beautiful. Let me back out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit more of Willow, our friend Willow. We'll just deepen that back up a little bit so we don't lose that. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye so it matches, and then we will work on the bottom lash. All right, there is our look. We're going to go in now to Flax on the bottom, and this is like a cool tone brown, and we're just going to put that right up next to the waterline. And I'm using different colors because I just want to try as many colors as I can, just test them out. Pretty. Okay, so I am going to use that Elysian on the bottom as well, but first I want to go back in, I'm going to use Fuchsia, which is this yellow shade, and go underneath that Flax shade and just see what this gives us. Yeah, that's pretty. But I need some sparkle down there, don't you guys? I think so. I think we need a little bit. This is probably one of the cream to powders the way it's applying as well. I don't know, maybe it's creamy matte. I don't know. You'll know before I will, because I haven't edited yet and seen what the colors, what the type of these shadows are. But you'll have seen that in the swatches. So whether it's a creamy matte or a cream to powder, but that's pretty, isn't it? Oh, I like that. Okay. I do. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, just clean this off. I'm gonna take Elysian, which is that pewtery shade right here, and just put it in the middle. I don't want to cover up the yellow, but I definitely wanted to try this shade a little bit. I think we need more, not getting enough. There we go, I'll just spread it. It's flaky, so you almost have to lay it down and then spread it if you're gonna use it on the bottom. Because it's really flaky. All of these are soft, these foiled shades, real soft. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is use Camo in the inner corner, which is a very bright limey goodness shade. That's fun. Oh, that's so fun. What a fun pop of color. Okay. All right. I will be right back with liner and lashes, and then I'll finish the face off. I'll be right back and show you final looks and give you my final thoughts on my first impressions. Okay, so on the cheeks, I just used the Jaclyn Hill blush in here, this beautiful peach shade. I thought that was going to be a nice complement with it. That is called Royal Icing or Snow Bunny. Hold on. Snow Bunny. All right, but for the cheeks, I want to do something a little, I'm just playing. I want to go into Plantasia, this duochrome, and just see what it would look like on the cheeks. Can you use it on the cheeks? I don't know. It's pretty flaky, so we're gonna see. Ooh. So definitely gives you a green flip when you turn your face. So let's see here. And you do have to, if you're going to use this as a highlight, you do sort of have to press it into the skin because it's flaky. That's fun. We'll just put it on the nose too. So there is the eye look. From the side, look how dark that is from the side, and then you turn. And I just have a little smudge brown liner on the top, and I'm using the Milani on the bottom. This is called Moss Boss because it's kind of like a dark green shade. It's not black. So I thought, well, that would be really beautiful with this. Look at that. The highlight. So pretty. All right. I need a little bit of gloss, and then I'll be ready to give you guys my final thoughts. Hold on one second. All right, guys, so I just put a little of this Orizia gloss on just because I don't do well with like matte lipsticks. They drive me nuts. Overall, this look I really like. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful, fun look. And I liked that I was able to use that one shade as a really unique highlighter. So that's a fun little thing with this. Overall, with the shades that we did use, which, so we used these three shimmers here. We used these down here. We used this shade here. Actually, we used every shade down here. And then up here, we just used this one. And up here we use this one, and then we use this one on the cheek. So we did use quite a lot of these shades. So what I will say is, obviously I noticed as much as they look different in the pan, and this one has more reflect than this one does. This one pulls more green, this one's more champagne. On the eye though, right next to each other, you really barely could tell the difference. Obviously you want to use this a little bit more. That's going to pull cooler, very silver pewterish, but everything performed as I expected it to. This one here, the best way to use it is to sort of pat it down. I found that Willow I don't feel Willow blended super easy on the skin when I tried to put it through the crease, but when I used it as a packer and just packed it in the outer corner, that's where that color shines. It's just beautiful and gives you the right amount of depth there. I don't know that there's going to be much difference on the eye between these two. And a couple of the other shades in here, like this one and this one, I don't know. There's some shades in here that I'm like, they're a little bit close. Maybe she could have went with something a little bit more where the tones were so different that I like all the shades to have their unique place in the palette. So for me, I really like it when each shade is completely different. It's okay to have a monochromatic, palette, but you're always going to get a green or a brown look with this palette. Same thing like if I go into this little palette, it's mostly purple, right? So I'm going to get mostly purple looks, but I have a couple other little pops here I could put in. I would have liked to see a highlight shade, something a little bit lighter for up top. Your darkest shade really in here, I don't think is the green. I do think it is the flax, because when I swatched this, that was like a muted green, and I didn't feel like it really had a lot of depth. So I think if you want to darken one of those shades even deeper, you can use flax to mix it in with. I guess I could have put this Camu Cam if I wanted to be crazy and put that up here and really, but I do like that in the inner corner, but there's not really a highlight shade up there, but also pleasantly surprised that I could use the Plantasia as a beautiful highlight that matches the look that we have going on. So overall, very happy with it. I do think timing was wrong for this to come out. I do think that this would have sold better if she had come out with something fun and springy for the summer, and then brought this out in the fall. And maybe that was the plan since it was released in the fall in the other country, but since it leaked, she's like, well, got to get it out now. Everybody's talking about it and they know about it. They're excited about it. Let's just release it. So possibly that's what happened, or maybe it was on purpose. I don't really know. I don't care. I'm glad that I have it. I do think that I will wear this. I think that I'll wear it quite a bit, but I do think that I'm going to wear it more in the fall than I am in the summer. I don't feel really that this is a summer launch or a summer packet or palette. So, but overall, everything that I tried, I liked, and I think that it's beautiful shadows, just what we come to expect from Natasha Denona. Really no issues with the ones I've used, but I am going to do a 3 looks 1 palette coming up, and then I'll really be able to give you my insider ideas and thoughts about the palette even more. So let me know what you think. Like I said, this does retail for $69. It is available on Natasha's website, and it's also now available on Sephora. I don't know if it's anywhere else like Beautylish or whatever. I hadn't checked yet. Feel free to let me know. If you know that it's available somewhere else, let me know in the comment section below. And also, if you're picking it up, raise your hand, let me know. Give me a like if you're picking it up. Give me a like if you're not picking it up, but just let me know in the comments what you think about this palette, and would you choose this palette over other palettes launching right now? Like, I think there was one that just launched, an ABH palette, Cosmo palette or something like that. That looks really pretty too. So just curious where this fits into your collection, if you're going to pick it up, or if there's something else that's catching your eye even more. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.